Good morning. Today we will see the Ary DPSK. In last lecture we have seen the differential phase shifting. So here we will see the Ary differential phase shifting. In DPSK we have seen that output of DPSK depends upon the present bit and the previous transmitted bit. But here in Ary DPSK, two or more number of bits will be transmitted depending upon present and previous transmitted signal. And here, first of all, we will see the transmitter of Ary DPSK. Then we will see the receiver of Ary DPSK. So this block diagram shows the block diagram of Ary differential phase shift keying. So the transmitter of Ary differential phase shift keying consists of logical network. That logical network will add the present phase shift with the previous phase shift. And here delay is of Ts, and Ts is equal to small n into Tb. Small n is the number of bits. If the number of bits will be 2, then Ts is equal to 2 into Tb. Tb is the bit duration. Okay. And this last table is the reference table for the absolute phase. So according to the input data, if the input data is 0 0, then absolute phase will be 0. If the input data is 1 0, then absolute phase will be 5 by 2. If the input data is 1 1, that is absolute phase will be pi, and if the input data is 0 1, then absolute phase will be 3 pi by 2. And that reference table we have to use in the time of operation of Ary DPSK. So with the help of this block diagram, we will see the operation of Ary DPSK transmitter. So here we have applied two input signal for the logical network. First one is the input data, that is 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 1, and the second is the delay of Ts, and with the help of that we will get the output signal of DPSK. So let's see with the operation of the DPSK transmitter. So first of all, we have considered here at the top input signal, that is first two bits 1 1, then 0 1, then 1 1, then 0 0, then 0 1. That is the input data. So according to that previous reference table, we have to write down the absolute phase for the each symbol. That is, for first symbol is 1 1, for that absolute phase will be pi. The second symbol will be 0 1, and for that absolute phase will be 3 pi by 2. Then for 1 1 pi, then 0 0 0 0 1, 3 pi by 2. Okay. So according to this, we have to encode the output signal, that is phi k is the output of differential phase shifting transmitter. So the first, for the first symbol, absolute phase will be phi, so that will be considered as a present phase. Okay, so that logic network add the present phase with the previous phase. At initial condition, if you consider the previous phase is the 0 degree, then here see the first 0 plus pi, so the encoded output will be pi. Okay, so that pi will be considered as previous phase for the next symbol. So the next symbol, for the next symbol 0 1, the absolute phase will be 3 pi by 2. So that 3 pi by 2 plus previous phase of pi, so 3 pi by 2 plus pi is equal to 5 pi by 2. Then again that 5 pi by 2 will be considered as a previous phase or a previous transmitted phase for the next symbol, and the next symbol is the 1 1. So for the 1 1, absolute phase will be pi, so pi plus pi 5 pi by 2 is equal to 7 pi by 2, and then again that 7 pi by 2 will be considered as a previous phase for the next symbol. The next symbol is the 0 0, and for that the absolute phase will be 0. So that 7 pi by 2 plus 0 is equal to 7 pi by 2. Again that 7 pi by 2 is considered as previous phase for the next symbol, and for the next symbol is 0 1, the absolute phase will be 3 pi by 2. That's 3 pi by 2 plus 7 pi by 2 is equal to 5 pi. So the finally we will get the encoded output, that is phi k, that is pi for first symbol, then 5 pi by 2 for the second symbol, then 7 pi by 2 for the third symbol, then 7 pi by 2 for the fourth symbol, and the 5 pi for the fifth symbol. Okay, so this is the encoded output. With the help of this encoded output, we will see the differential phase shift keying receiver. In the differential phase shift key receiver, again that logical network we have to use, and delay of TS, the duration of symbol is TS. And here only difference is that we have to use that encoded output, that is 5K, as input signal to the receiver, and with the help of that we will to get the original signal back at the output of differential phase shift keying receiver. So see here we have considered first encoded output, that is 5K as it is, that is pi, 5 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 7 pi by 2, 5 pi. Okay, then we have considered the first phase, that is pi. So according to block diagram of differential phase shift keying receiver, the previous phase will be subtracted from the present phase in the receiver. Here logical network, what is the operation of logical network? Logical network in the receiver subtract the previous phase from the present phase. Okay, so pi minus 0, that will be pi. Okay, so that is the decoded output. So for the next symbol, that is phase is the 5 pi by 2. So 5 pi by 2 minus pi, pi is the previous phase or phase of previous symbol. So 5 pi by 2 divided by minus pi is equal to 3 pi by 2. Okay, so the for third symbol, the current phase is the 7 pi by 2, and the previous phase or the phase of previous symbol is the 5 pi by 2. So the 7 pi by 2 minus 5 pi by 2 is equal to pi. So in this way we will get the decoded output like the pi, 3 pi by 2, pi, 0, 3 pi by 2. Okay, so this is the decoded output. So with the help of that decoded output and a reference table, we have to write on the bits for the decoded output. If the pi is there, so according to this reference table here, if the pi is the absolute phase, then the input data will be 1 1. So I have written the 1 1. If the decoded output is 3 pi by 2, so see here in the reference table 3 pi by 2 means the input data will be 0 1. So I have written the 0 1. If the decoded output is the pi, then here for the absolute phase pi, the input data will be 1 1. So 1 1 written. In the same way for the 0 phase, the input data will be 0 0, 3 pi by 2, 0 1. If you compare the received output, the output of receiver of DPSK, that is 1 1 0 1 1 1 0 0 0 1, with the input signal applied to the transmitter of DPSK, and the output of receiver of DPSK will be same. So in this way we will get the original signal back at the output of receiver of DPSK from the encoded data. So this is the operation of differential phase shift keying transmitter and receiver. Okay, so if understood, thank you.